It's the beginning of the month. You know what time it is. Yes, it is that time of the month. Reptile room tour. So today's reptile room, I'm going to try and make it a little bit different. We're going to try and make it a little bit longer. I know we're all stuck inside right now, so I figured you guys could have some relief from the outside world, and we could get started with a reptile room tour for April. If you guys have never seen my channel before, I have a large collection of reptiles. If you want to follow me on social media, links on the screen right now. Let's get into the video. First off, we're going to start with the very first animal I ever got. His name is Striker. He's the OG. He's a high yellow leopard gecko, and his tank is right behind me. Let's check it out. Striker, my dude. Striker, what? What have you been doing? Looks like you had a bit of a party. Was there a reptile party that I didn't know about that you hosted in my room? Unacceptable. We need to get to the bottom of this. Bro, you're like 15, 16. Your partying days are over, my guy. No, not funny. I guess I should go check who else participated in this madness. Sky, you too? What? The Pangea reptile food that I'm giving you isn't enough, so you decide to slug back a freaking Corona? I hope they didn't down a six-pack without me. Caught red-handed. Bro, you're drunk. Still. You should have at least sobered up in the last few hours. Your drinking privileges are over. Clearly this was a bigger party than I thought. I knew it, Shell. I knew it. Why couldn't you have respected my wishes and not drank? Like, how did that even get in your, I guess, mud bath? Oh, yeah, by the way, he does have clean water right there. But, dude, come on. You're trying to eat a computer. What's wrong with you? The Spangler eye? Striker, are you kidding me? You got the Spangler eye in on this. They were such pure, innocent souls. Alright, well, that's a six-pack, so I don't know. Hopefully there's nobody else. Sky is very proud right now. Well, clearly the reptiles in the room are not practicing social distancing, but we're still going to go through and check out every cage for you guys. First off, we will start with Striker. He is the OG. That was not a lie. He is about 16 years old now. Still doing really well. He's a little bit more flighty since I moved him in here just because it's really hard to get through this jungle of live succulents to take him out. He still tongue feeds. He'll still come to the front for food. And overall, he's just an awesome animal. Now that, I mean, you guys haven't seen that build yet. It will be up soon, but now that I've built that, Striker's tank just seems inadequate. I need to do a little bit more for you. Hey, buddy, maybe that'll be coming in the near future. But, yeah, that's Striker. He's doing really well. His tank, as you can see, is fully planted. Just gorgeous tank, in my opinion, at least. All these are live succulents. Every single thing in here is very, very happy with this tank and how it turned out. Moving from Striker up here, this is Pip's enclosure. Pip is the elegant sand gecko. I don't know. It's like Stenodactylus, I'm pretty sure is the genus. His tank is looking really, really nice. I do have a build on this that will be coming out soon. This tank was done using the Exoterra Stone Desert Landscaping substrate. And again, fully planted. Everything in here is planted. It really hasn't had a chance to grow yet because I literally just set it up. It's just a little tiny sand gecko in such a, well, in a relatively big tank. He was just in a tiny little bin earlier, but that's looking mighty fine. The little arid setup. Now we can move over to Sky, who you've already kind of seen, I suppose. But Sky is a Maruki blue-tongue skink. Very, very beautiful. He hasn't been eating a ton over winter, which kind of is a little bit concerning, I suppose. What he is doing is actually eating Pangea food, so I'm feeding that a couple times a week just to keep some sustenance on him. And then I'm also feeding Omnigold from Arcadia and a couple other things that he is enjoying. His tank is, I mean, a little bit sad. I think that guy's getting burned from the UV above it, which kind of sucks. I also think that it might be something to do with the soil. I'll probably add a whole nother bag of substrate to this. Then I'll probably plant some like pothos maybe in here just to see if it'll start going and growing, because I don't know, I'd like to have a huge tank full of pothos, even if it's just pothos with him. But there's the Dracaena at the back there, again getting burned by the UV, and then the other Dracaena up here. His tank is doing okay. The live plants and blue-tongued skinks thing can be done. You just gotta pick the right stuff, I suppose. And then we move up to here. I thought I got it all. Of course you guys have to be little posers and drinking kombucha. That's not even alcoholic. What the heck? I can't believe you. Can't believe it. That, like, really? Look at that face. She's so pretty. I don't actually know if she's gravid. She looks chonky, but I think she's just in the early stages of it. She does have stuck shed, but you can see right there. I know my finger's not in camera. I just don't want her to run. On her shoulder blade there, that's where the male's been trying to breed her. Like, that's his bite marks, I suppose. So I'm pretty sure they are breeding. I just don't think they'll be laying until like mid-May or June, which kind of sucks because I already bought a fridge that I need to convert, but whatever. The rest of their tank's doing fine. The male, Hugo, is MIA right now, but he's also doing great. Very bubbly personality on him, super friendly. I'll check back at the end of the video, and by then he might be out. But that is that stack. I'm actually working, I know you guys can't see down there, I am working on the new Aki tank. I'm going to have to do some modifications to this tank because there's just some, not rotting issues, but the superworms that were in there actually ate through the wood. So I'm going to be putting aluminum paneling on the bottom and all the sides, siliconing it together, and then it'll be watertight and indestructible. So that's nice, but that build will be coming. Universal rock, lighting, it's going to be sick. Where else should we go? We'll go over to this rack now. So in here I have 4 Ufaga Pumilio Almirante. One is currently sold. Another one is ready to be sold. And then the other 2 are a little ways off, probably 3 months or so away. If you guys are looking for some sweet Ufaga Pumilio, here, I'll try and get the older one up. There's the oldest one there. That one's an adult male. It's calling for me. So yeah, he's doing really well. I'm super stoked about him. Yeah, these guys are for sale if you guys are interested. There are the other few there. There's another one right there, and another one at the back there. The other little babies bounding around in there somewhere, but they're a great dart frog. Again, not really all that hard to take care of. They have a beautiful call, which I'm sure you'll hear in this video. Moving from those guys, we can move to the absolute jungle of a tank. This tank is just nuts. Like, absolutely insane growth in this tank. But these house the Dendrobates tinctorius. Okay, now you go into the light. These are Dendrobates tinctorius citronella. I just have a pair in here. I don't actually even have a lay site in here for them, so I should probably throw in a petri dish just to get them to lay a couple eggs for me. That would be interesting. But they're doing excellent, eating like champs. Obviously, their tank is growing like mad. If you are in Canada again and you are interested in some plants, I do ship across Canada. I am one of the only people in Canada with this really cool manta ray vine, it's called. It's an undescribed species of passiflora or passion fruit. So keep that in mind if you ever want to order or whatever from me. Yeah, that's the citronella tank. I'm not going to like do anything crazy with them right now just because they definitely think it's food time because hello, you haven't fed us in like 16 hours, bro. What's wrong with you? Morning geckos. I know a while ago you guys asked for a morning gecko parthenogenesis video. I actually just got all the research papers compiled and I'll be making the video here in the next probably 3 or 4 days. So if you guys are interested in learning a bit about parthenogenesis and how this species is effectively all female, let me know in the comments down below. So that's that tank. Again, all live plants, everything like that. Right next to it is just a plant tank. I had dart frogs in here a while ago. Haven't had any in here for probably over a year at this point. but, or no, well over a year, like probably closer to 2 years. There's a bunch of orchids in here, some oak leaf fig. This is Ficus Panama. There's a ant plant there, that bulbous dude right there. Something that you guys can let me know in the comments down below is if you guys want to see kind of like a tour of my plants. So rather than focusing on the animals and stuff, I would just go through tank by tank, telling you guys what plants I have in there. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that might be interesting. In lieu of that question, I will not continue down to there, but there is another little dude here. This is Dixon, the leaf-tail gecko, Europlatus guntheri. Oh, that was creepy. If only that was in focus. Hi, bud. What the heck? That was so strange. Really cool little gecko. And like one of the only ones in Canada. Kind of frustrating. I kind of wish I had a female. Kind of debating selling him. I don't know. Whatever. I'm kicking over my prop Corona bottles that I drank 6 Coronas to use. This is a 12 by 12 by 18 Zoomed tank. I gotta admit, I really don't like the Zoomed tanks. Their lock sucks, even more than Exoterra's, so yeah. But besides that, this tank is doing awesome. This is a ficus tree in here with him, and he is just living the dream. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but the morning geckos are chirping. So Dixon is doing awesome. I can't really complain about him. His tank's doing fine as well. He's just a pretty boy. Right, bud? Not really a handling species, but definitely something cool to look at, especially at nighttime when he's begging for food at the front. Moving on from him, we have Vulcan, the Aki monitor. I see that tail back there. Nope. Hopefully he'll be out later in the tour, and I'll swing back and just show you guys him very briefly. But he's doing awesome. Like I already mentioned, I'm setting up the new 4x2x2 for him, and I assume he's going to love it because it's going to be an epic tank. This tank is completely filled with morning geckos. If you guys are interested in some baby morning geckos, let me know. I have so many of them, and yeah, they're doing awesome. I'm not gonna like really bother showing you guys them just because I already showed you a morning gecko, but here, just for, there's one back there. I know it's like pitch black because I want to get in there and trim all those plants to let some light in. There's so many of them that they use those plants to get close to the light for a little bit of heat. So I do keep my 2 tarantulas up there right now, so they'd probably have to move, but that is a Grammostola pulchra, and this is a Brachypelma bomi. I don't know if it changed genus or not. I should probably know that, but whatever. Up here, I guess we'll just keep with the spiders. This is just a little jumping spider that I actually had on a plant that I bought, and I just put him in there and feeding him fruit flies, and he's chilling out. 2 other just really small spider and tarantula. I'm not going to go into them now. And just before we move on to the chameleons and the dart frogs, I just figured I would update you guys on Tig. She's doing well. Her tank is the exact same as it was. There's not all that much different with her. And she's also not out, so I'm not going to spend too terribly long on her. Just know that she's a crested gecko, and she's doing great. I'm going to go into these bad boys. These are the Ufaga Pumilio Almirante. The worst looking tank in the world. Certainly not the best looking tank in the world, but not the worst looking tank. Just so you guys can get a sense of the plants in the bottom there. There should be, I have like a gimped male that hangs out in the bottom, but he eats fine, and like, I don't know what to do with him. He gets around, so I guess I can't really like blame him for anything. We do have more of the next generation coming up though. 2 clutches of eggs. So cool. I love these guys. The way that they raise their own tadpoles, and every now and then you'll just come into a few babies bouncing around the forest floor. I don't know. I just find it really cool. Are really none of you guys out? You guys were all just out before I started filming. I did end up finding one. I told you he was in the leaf litter. Really awesome frogs. This isn't the gimp one that I was talking about. I love these guys. They're so cool. Got lots of personality on such a small little frog. I am going to be building them probably a new tank now that we have some extra time, and I'm not working. Might as well make more tank builds. I know we made his cameo in the beginning, but Sheldon is doing incredible. He's just the tackiest little tacker. Sheldon's doing incredible. He loves his walkabouts. I take him out and he runs around my room for a little while. Yeah, he's doing awesome. His shell's looking pretty good overall. There is a mild amount of pyramiding, but overall his shell looks pretty solid, especially for an indoor tortoise. His tank is 5 feet by 2 feet by 16 inches tall. I can't wait to get him a new pen, like build him a new pen. Obviously, that's not going to happen for a while because I don't really have much room to expand where I am currently, but when I end up making the move out to Ontario, I will be making him a brand new pen, and he will enjoy it. I know he will. You getting a drink? A D-rink? I do believe I will have to go to the vet and get his beak trimmed, though, which is annoying, but what must be done will be done. It's not urgent right now, so I'm not going to book a vet appointment given the current situation of the world. Second last, but not least, we have these guys. Maybe, are you gravid now? The dark coloration, I was talking to one of the breeders of Bradypodian, suggests that they might be gravid. And because I've had little horn dog in here for the past, what has it been, a week? Week and a half? Maybe he did his job. Right, bud? Did you do your job? Yeah. Hopefully. That would be sweet. If you guys are wondering why they are in the same tank, it's not permanent. Obviously, I have another tank over there. I moved him into here because in here, I had to rip out, you might notice their tank is quite a bit different. I had to rip out the Schroffera arbicola that was in here because it was covered in scale. And so was the one in this tank. So what I ended up doing was just ripping them both out. There was no other pests in this tank that I know of, but there was aphids on my beautiful coffee plant. So I had to treat for aphids. I'm still debating getting some parasitic wasps to kill any remaining aphids. They wouldn't hurt the chameleon in any way. They just go for the aphids to lay their eggs in and then go about their merry way. And in fact, he would probably eat some of them. So it would be an alternative food source for him. But I think I got most of them. But with that being said, he should be moving back into here in the next day or two. I did end up adding another branch up top there, so he has a nice basking spot under the UV. It's not only in my experience, but the female is a little bit more laid back. She's not quite as active. Right now, it looks like she might be gravid, which would be sick. Because these are a live-bearing species, so in like 3 to 4 months, maybe I'll have some little baby goofballs running around here, and you're stuck. You're gonna fall. We're just gonna let this play out. Dang it. Now with that being said, I'm gonna get down the Craspidopus from up there, and that'll be the last animal that we have in this tour. Alrighty, and here's the Craspidopus tank. These guys are Crusiohyla Craspidopus, or the Fringe leaf frog. I do have 2 of them in here. There's what I hope to be a male right here, and the female is probably in there? No. I don't know where she is. She's in here, though. I just fed them last night, so they're chilling out. Obviously, they're a very nocturnal species of frog. If you guys are interested on how I created this bin, I'll leave a link in the cards up above for you guys to go check out, because I did make a video on how to make proper bin setups for your animals. And this is one that I would consider proper. Got a ton of different plants in here, and of course the frogs themselves are just the most epic of epic. Their tank's doing awesome, they're doing awesome. I just can't wait for them to grow a bit more, for this bin to fill in, really take on its mature form. All right, you guys, that wraps up the tour for today. I know it was a long one. Let me know what you guys thought of the little like joke prank. I don't know, a funny idea. Maybe you guys didn't, but I guess we'll find out in the comments down below. I looked in here again. There is no male there, and there's also no yellow Aki over there. I did make a video on the yellow Aki, so if you guys are interested, you can go check it out. I linked it back, and it's only like 1 or 2 videos ago on my channel, so you guys can go look at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, leave them in the comment section. Remember all those things that I asked you to comment. Put them down there as well. I really hope you guys have a good one. Happy April. Hopefully things lighten up this month. We might be in for a little bit more boredom, though. We'll see. I want to thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoy my content, make sure you click that subscribe button. Play Ding Dong Ditch with the doorbell next to it. That way you get notified every single time I post a video. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.